You're looking for a house, but are you buying in a safe neighborhood? You don't know. Give me just a second and I will break down how to figure that out. And I'll tell you, shockingly, why your real estate agent can't legally tell you whether or not the house you want to buy is in a safe location. If you'd like a list of resources to help with this situation, just comment safety below and I'll shoot it right over to you. Hey, I'm Stella Tootin and I know a little bit about life in Charleston. I've been here for 20 years and I hardly feel old enough to say I've done anything for 20 years, but so that hurts a little bit. But anyway, I've spent those last 20 years learning a lot about this town and a lot of trial and error. And now that I've lived here for so many years, I can give you an insider perspective into what it's like to live here and save you from all that annoying, time-consuming trial and error stuff yourself. So let's dive into how to know if you are buying in a safe neighborhood. One of the very first things that people ask me when I show them a house is this in a safe neighborhood? And y'all, I so want to be like, no, Susan, we are not safe right now. Do you not see the bullet holes in the siding? I've already sent an alert to my friends and family to tell them where I am in case I don't come home. Did you remember to bring your Kevlar vest? But anyway, before my mom starts freaking out, and I'm just kidding, kind of. But the world isn't what it used to be. And for any would-be criminals that are following along, I do that alert system, and I also know how to punch. Seriously, that is somewhere along the lines of what I want to say. But what I have to say is, I'm really sorry, Susan, but I'm not allowed to discuss criminal activity when showing properties. You're shocked, right? It's crazy. But it is actually a violation of federal law for agents to discuss with their clients any criminal, and that includes sex offender activity as it relates to a property or a location. It's considered a violation of the Fair Housing Act, and it could be reported as steering. Steering is a real estate term that means influencing a buyer's choice of communities based on a protected class, and those protected classes are race, color, religion, gender, disability, familial status, national origin. Anyway, I usually tell my clients before we even start the hunt that I'm not allowed to give them information on whether or not a neighborhood is safe. And then if they'd like a home and they want to go check it out, they'll have to look up that information themselves. And I always encourage people to drive through the neighborhood beforehand just to make sure you get a good feel for it. And I have an email ready to go that gives you links and phone numbers to the police so you can investigate the crime statistics yourselves. There are sites like familywatchdog.com and the National Sex Offender Registry that are good places to start. But there's also mylocalcrime.com, and each individual city has crime reports that you can look at online. I may not legally be able to tell you my opinion, but as a consultant, I can give you the resources so you can make your own informed one. And here's the thing. As much as I hate not being able to tell people my opinion of the neighborhood safety, it does make sense because it's just that. It's my opinion. It's what I'm comfortable with happening around me. If a client requested that I show them a house in a safe neighborhood, I can unintentionally steer them by excluding certain areas based on my perception of safe. Maybe I'm totally cool with the occasional break-in, but draw the line at carjacking. But you're cool with an occasional carjacking, and it's the break-ins that really get you nervous. I mean, I'm obviously kidding, but we all think differently, and it's just best that I stay away from that. And you know what? This point was driven home for me one time when, before we went to see any properties, I explained to my client, as I do every time, that if crime was a concern, that they would need to research that piece on their own. And they interrupted me and said, listen, we just moved here from Washington Park in Chicago. We are fine. We don't care. Anything that happens here is easy. They ended up buying in an area that a lot of my clients had stepped away from because they were worried. So yeah, I haven't ever been to Chicago, but it sounds to me like based on that comment, it's all relative. What I think is safe and what other people think is safe could be very different, and the government doesn't want my or any other realtor's opinions getting in the way of sellers being able to sell their homes. So, all right. I hope that was helpful. If you'd like a copy of my list of resources to help you research the safety of different neighborhoods, including the one you live in now, comment safety below and I'll shoot it right over to you. Have a great day and stick around.